Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. I am on to begin my design team project for Whichcraft Do You Do. I'll probably be working on a underwater themed journal, I think, over the next couple of months. And I thought I'd just take you along with me when I make bits and pieces of it. So I wanted to show you the main kits that I will be using from Whichcraft Do You Do for this project. I may also print out some extra bits and pieces as I go, depending on what I decide to make. So I have printed out some of the collage tear pages, set 5. And they are gorgeous patterns, and I thought these will make great pages for my journal. And I've backed these. I've backed them with, this one's backed with a page from the Oceanist collection, set 1. So they're the two main kits that I'm using. And I thought the pages went beautiful together. So that's a collage tear page, that one, with the fish on. And that's the Oceanist collection. It's much like that page, just different colour. Now, I haven't printed out whole kits. Of course, there are lots more pages in them, which I may print out more in the future, but this is just what I know I'll definitely be using for now. I love this one with the scales. This one, it doesn't look like I've done a background on this one. Don't ask me why, but that's from the Oceanist collection, so it looks like sand. There's another one. So both of these papers are the Oceanist collection. Now what I did is print, I think it was the sand, and then I printed the line page over the top of that. Because I'm pretty sure the line page, it's either blank with the lines or it is just has a light colouring. But I thought it went really well to have it over the top of the sand. So I've done that there again. That's why the writing down the bottom is a bit blurry, because it's a double print over. It gives some really nice writing spots for some pages in the journal. Then I have some more pages here with some embellishment pieces. So we've got stamps here. Now they've got stamps that are in different colours than the blue with the creamy background, but I decided to go sort of all bluish, blue and creams for this one. So they're from the Oceanist collection, as are these, like little labels with sentences on them, which will be fun to use. Now, it looks like I've done, that must be the page that I was meant to print on. You know, we had that blank page before that I didn't have a background to. That must have been what it was meant to go on, because I don't think I want that on the back of my label pieces that I'll be sticking to things. So I'm going to have to rectify that and just reprint this onto my blank page. That's not too hard to do though. I must have been half asleep when I was printing. Collage tear page, set 5 for that. Thought they'll be fun to use as bubbles. And I love these. These are in the collage tear pages as well. Great little journaling cards. You've got smaller ones and then you've got bigger ones. I thought they'll be heaps of fun to decorate and use. You don't even have to decorate those. And then they've got these words as well. And I wasn't quite sure what colours I wanted the words in, so I've done the black and white. I've done them like this with that background. So it's white with the sort of waterish background, and then you've got black on the similar background. And with these words, you could use them in any journal, so it's not a waste. What I don't use will get cut up and put away for future projects. Then I love the fussy cuts in the collage tear page kit. They are gorgeous. So we've got that. And then we've got that. So I was so inspired when I saw these. I thought, yeah, something really different than what I have been doing. I'll do an underwater themed journal, and I am busy finding lots and lots of pages that I can add to it from my stash. So we will get started I have this old book cover that I wanted to use. I really like the blue of it. I wasn't going to add anything to it, but I've changed my mind. When I was searching through my papers, I found this old jelly print. I'm just ripping it down so I've got a piece that will fit nicely on the cover. And then I decide to rip the edges, and I have to be mindful of which way I'm ripping them because I do want the white edges to show. I did fold this jelly print to use as a page initially, but it's a bit brittle on that. So, but I really love the colour that I got on it. So it would go nicely for the ocean theme. So now with the white edges we've got, I'm going over it with my prized ribbon distress ink. I want to get some of the dark blue on the edges. I think that will blend in better with the cover. So just using my blending brush to take it in a bit. And then I'm going around with my blending tool just to get some darker edges. So I'm just getting some of the bits that I've missed there. Now I'll put that to the side just to let the ink dry a bit while I get on with my next project. So I've cut out the journal card pieces that I got from the kit, and I want to back those onto some book pages that have some beautiful underwater scenes. Real simple journal cards, but I just love these lined cards that they've made in the kit, and I think they're going to be beautiful to write on. They don't need any embellishment, so it's just sticking something that looks nice on the other side. And I love the children's illustrations out of books. And rather than waste those, I thought that would go really nicely to cover some of these. Just cutting the piece down a bit so I can figure out where I need to stick my little lined pieces so that I get a nice picture on the other side. I was going to fit two of the big ones on there, but I realise if I do that, then I'm cutting one of the faces off the fish. So I end up just doing one big one and one smaller one. Using my tacky glue as always to stick these down. Reapplying some glue to the edge there. I want to make sure that the edge is stuck really nicely because I don't think I'll sew around these. I think that would detract from the beautiful printout. So I put that to the side to dry nicely before I cut it out properly. I look at these pages and I think, oh, I can get like all these cards out of it. And then when I realise the placement and what the picture is that I'm going to get on them, you never get as many as you think. I do manage to fit two of the bigger journal cards onto this page. That book had some cool titles as well, so I've cut out a whole pile of the titles from it, like the darkest deeps that it says there and that, and put them aside to use in the journal as well. And the last one, I had all those little pictures on these pages and I thought they'd fit those smaller cards, but if I did put them on there, I would get the writing on most of them. So I just found this one picture that's going to fit nicely. I can make journal cards out of those other pictures in a different manner, I think. So I grabbed the first ones I stuck down because they are the driest, and now I'm fussy cutting around the border. I do leave a bit of a border when I'm going to back them most of the time. It helps me get the glue to the edge of where I need it, and if the glue spills out a bit, it's not going to go up on the print that I want. I did put the journal cards under something heavy for a little bit afterwards just to ensure that they were nice and flat. So I've got my black soot ink and I'm just going lightly around the edge of my cards there. Sorry that it was a bit blurry then. Now we're getting onto our cover piece. So I'm using some matte medium to apply all the details here. So I've got 2 bits of algae there, and they were from the fussy cuts in the kit that I'm using. And then I also cut out 2 of the picture pieces. And I just love the way they look on my gel print background, so I want to add these. So I just figure out the positioning and then put a layer of the matte medium down, put my little cutout piece on top, and then I matte medium over the top to seal it. Still getting used to using the matte medium. Tend to be a bit rough with it. But I will get there. These things take practice. So the shells I'm using I cut out of a vintage book, and it all goes together really nicely. I also have a title there, The World Beneath the Waves, and that was on the dust cover, the spine of a dust cover of another vintage book. And I really like the colours and the look of that, so I decided to use that as well. Now it's cut all wavy on the top there, and I decided to go with it. I just cut it down a little bit, but I kept it a little bit wavy. So it was great fun putting this together. It's nice to try different things and try and be a bit artistic. Great to use that gel print too, because that was one that I did for another project and it didn't really work out, so it's just been sitting around for ages. I look at those things all the time and think, oh, I'm never going to use it. It's amazing what you use where. Sometimes these bits come in so handy. So I'm not going to attach this to the cover just yet. I don't like doing the cover and then doing the insides because I worry that I'm going to damage the cover while I'm doing the insides. So I just thought I'll get this done while I've got it in my mind what I want to do, and then put it to the side for when I've sort of gotten near the end of the journal, and then I can put it all together. So in the end I go over the whole page with some matte medium to make sure it's nicely sealed. Time to have a look at what we've done today. So I made some really simple journal cards using these beautiful prints. Love them, they'll be so much fun to write on. And some vintage book pages. Out of your kids' books and encyclopedias and that, you always get the best pictures. Oftentimes I've just got part of the pictures and that, and I'm not sure what I want to do with them. They make beautiful journal cards, and the black ink around the edges really makes them stand out nicely. So I love those. I might add tabs to them when I put them in the journal. I don't always like to do it beforehand because sometimes they go into side pockets, sometimes they go into top ones. So I will do that when I use them if I decide to, but I just love them the way they are. I did think about putting words on them, and I might again when I go to add them to the journal. I might add some words, but otherwise just really love them. Colours are really cool. So they're the journal cards that I've made so far. I'm sure I'll be doing more. I just had to find pictures that I liked that fit the card backgrounds. So out of the pages I bought in, they were the ones that I have made. I'm sure I've got more pages around the place. And then we did the cover page that's going to go on the front cover, hopefully. Now you can see the stripes from my matte medium, but that's all right, I don't mind that. Adds a bit of texture. I've got to get better at applying the stuff, but I really like the way this turned out, considering it's just an old gel print. The shells came out of a vintage book page. The two pictures and the two seaweeds or algae are printouts from the kit. Really love the colours in those, and I think they go really nice with that gel printed background. And with the blue inking around the edges, I think it'll look quite nice on my front cover. Needs a bit of flattening out, but once I stick it down, it will flatten out. I might stick it under a book actually overnight. So that should go nicely on there now. So I really enjoyed making that, something a bit different. I do like trying different things. I was going to leave the cover plain because I really like the blue on it, but I think that looks nice. So I should be on again in the next week with some more makes for this journal. The kits that I'm using will be linked down below. They were the College Tear pages. I think that was set 5, and then the Oceanist collection. There'll also be the link to Whichcraft Do You Do's shop and their YouTube. I hope you enjoyed that, and looking forward to coming on and crafting again with you soon. Bye-bye.